Hello, lovelies. It's Mary Alice. Thank you for joining me today for some mindful movement. We're going to start at the back of our mats. Child's pose. Toes together, heels apart, hips back, forehead down. Glue your palms down on your mat. Breathe deeply. As you settle into your practice here, let's light that candle of intention, remembering what brought you to your mat today. Emptying out and letting go as we find our breath here. Letting the air come in through the nose. Out through the nose. Closing the lips gently as we come up on hands and knees. Slowly rising, gluing the thighs together. Coming back to rest, finding our way to lightning pose. Gently moving the fleshy bits away, letting the heels rest right into the root. Pressing firmly, letting the palms rest on the thighs. Taking a nice deep breath here. Feeling your energy this morning. Before exhaling, and on your next inhale, let's rise up. Keeping your thighs parallel, feet flat. We'll come into camel pose. And placing one hand on the small of your back for support. To reach up, arms overhead. Reaching back gently. Finding those feet behind you if you're able. Gentle neck. Maybe leaving your hands on the small of the back here. Breathe. On your exhale, come forward. Finding the small of your back again for support as you do. Gentle neck. Hands forward to prayer. Let's come on back down to child's pose here with our knees together. And as your forehead finds the mat again, let your shoulders melt forward with each exhale. See if you can't relax and release a little bit more into the mat. Hips towards your heels. Let it go. Next inhale, let's bring that gaze forward. Start to look up, walk your fingers forward. Either coming up onto hands and knees or pushing straight up into downward dog. Give your head a little wiggle here, making sure you're not carrying too much in the shoulders and neck. Maybe give a little bend in the knees, working those flexors of the feet. Let's take a few breaths here. Hips to the sky. And then either walk or step one foot first, then the other. Coming first into half forward fold. Arms overhead, reach for the sky, and then hands together to Tadasana. Let's take a moment here at the top of our mat to find our place. Toes together, heels slightly apart. Hands reach up overhead. Fold forward, hinging at the hip. Knees are gentle here. Come up on the fingertips. You can find the front of your shins for support. Flat back. Fold forward. Step back to plank. Lower halfway or all the way to the floor. And then come up for up dog or cobra. Push back to downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths or so. Breathing at your own pace. Remember to keep that neck gentle. Hips to the sky. Walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Arms overhead. Tadasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to plank. Lower halfway or all the way to the floor. Let's find our belly with those hands. One, the other. And wave goodbye to that gut today. Goodbye, belly. Goodbye. Goodbye. Push back into your downward dog. Before lowering halfway or all the way to the floor. Before pushing up into up dog or cobra. And finally, on your exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. On your inhale, bring your gaze forward. Step or walk to the front of your mat. Coming into half forward fold. Forward fold. Arms overhead. And Tadasana. On your inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or jump to the back of your mat. Exhale, halfway or all the way down. Inhale up to cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, jump or step to the back of your mat. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Heels down, hip up. On your inhale, look forward, step or jump to the front of your mat. Half forward fold, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to Tadasana. Sun Salutation B. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. I lied, we're going to do Salutation B next. Get ready. On your next inhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Half forward fold, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to Tadasana. On your next inhale, bend deeply at the knees. Sweep your arms up overhead for fierce or chair pose. Exhale to forward fold. Jump back to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale Release one leg to the sky. Step it forward through to Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Exhale, step it back through to dog. Do your Vinyasa. Exhale, release your left leg to the sky. Step it through Virabhadrasana One on the left side, Warrior One. Back leg strong, front leg bent. Hips are square. Complete your Vinyasa. Ending in dog. Let's take a few breaths here before you step or jump to the front of your mat. This time ending in our chair pose before coming through to Tadasana. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up, bend deeply at the knees. Sweep those fingers through, arms up overhead. Hold it, girls. Exhale, forward fold. Plant those hands. Jump it back to Chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg lifts. Step it through. Virabhadrasana One, Warrior One. Back leg strong. Right leg bent. Vinyasa, Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Left leg lift. Step it through. Virabhadrasana One on the left. Strong legs, square hips. You got it. Back through to downward dog. Take a breath, nice and strong, and jump. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, Tadasana. Inhale, bend deeply, sweep those arms up for chair. Exhale, hold, let it go, forward fold. Jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, exhale. Leg lift, step it through one more time. Virabhadrasana One, Warrior strong. Exhale, push back, Vinyasa. Leg lifts on the left, step it through. Warrior on the left. Strong, keep it going. Vinyasa again, Chaturanga, up dog. Down dog. Leg lifts on the left. Getting ahead of myself. Whoops. Downward facing dog. Jump it forward. Half forward fold. Chair pose. Hands together. This time let's step that left leg back. Keep your right foot straight. Opening our hips. Let's move into Trikonasana, triangle pose on the right side. Grab that toe if you can in a yogic toe lock. Open your chest to the sky. Reach your hand like you're high-fiving the sky. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, come back up to center. Pigeon toe those feet out. Grab your hips. Let's come forward slowly. Chaturanga, arms wide-legged, forward fold. Exhale, come back up to center. Let's point your left foot out. Trikonasana on the left-hand side. Grab your big toe if you can. Open up that chest and breathe. The hand open to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, hinging from the waist. Let's reach back up to the sky. You've got it. Hands on your waist this time. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward. Reach for your ankles. Hands there. Let's breathe in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back up. Let's turn your right foot out. Let's go for Warrior Two on the right hand side. Lengthen out a little bit, pushing that left leg out. Gain some length. Open our chest to the side of our mat. Mount your hips. And then extend, extend, extend over that right leg for extended angle pose. Pinky edge to the sky. Pushing that arm, staying up on your fingers if possible. Balance arm into your knee for support. Let's pivot over this front leg, coming up into crescent. That leg is burning. I know it. One more moment here. Straighten out that front leg. A little relief in that burning. Fold forward. And let's find the floor now with our hands. Release your foot back to downward facing dog. And let's step the left foot through and come up and find warrior two on the left side. Take some deep breaths. Remember, we are squaring our shoulders to the side of the mat, not the hips. Breathe and open. And on your next inhale, exhale, extend, extend, extend. Find the floor with your fingers. Letting your top arm reach overhead, pinky edge to the sky. Finding balance, the edge of your arm against the inside of your leg. Breathing before pivoting over to open to the front of your mat. Reaching up into crescent. Staying up on the ball of your back foot. Straightening out now for some relief. Fold forward. Trying to square those back hips now. Take a deep breath and release that front leg and come into downward facing dog. Walking your hands back to the back of your mat. Let's walk your feet slightly apart, about hips distance. And find that big toe. Let's come into a yogic toe lock. Let your elbows come out to the side. So look forward for length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, release your lock. And slowly wiggle your hands underneath your feet, palm to palm. Gently rock forward, soften your knees here, bending slightly if you need to maintain your balance. Breathing deeply. On your exhale, go ahead, release your feet. And building into our peak here for extended hand to toe pose. Either picking up your foot from the floor or bending at the knee from standing, grabbing that toe in a yogic toe lock, keeping your shoulder in the socket. Extend your foot out as straight as possible. Hold for a count of 5. You can bring yourself into a standing forward fold towards your leg. This is a challenge. If you can open up to the side, this is extended hand to toe B. Hold for a count of 5. Opening to the side and looking behind is extended hand to toe C. Repeat this on the left side. Instead of holding your hip, you can use the support of a wall. You will notice a difference side to side in strength and stability. Remember to breathe as you move, and not to lock your knees, to keep a micro bend and softening, and your shoulders in the sockets not to hyperextend. Falling out is as important as staying in your postures and poses. And when you're ready, let's come on back down to our mats, finding our closed child pose. Knees together, shoulders melting over knees, forehead to the floor. Bringing ourselves into a seated pose, balancing on the back of your hips. I'm going to come up into boat pose. Keeping your back as flat as possible. Give yourself a little hug and extend your feet forward. Hold for a count of 5. You can do rows or a simple hold, or both. Remember to breathe and to be careful and mindful of your low back. Coming from boat pose to bound angle, opening the palms of your feet up like a book, holding on to your ankles. Imagine your knees or your hips moving away from each other in space. And as you're able, slowly fold forward over your feet. It's acceptable to use a bolster here or a foam block for support. Breathe deeply and hold the pose for 60 seconds. An alternative would be to do seated tree pose, opening one leg at a time, or to remain seated without the forward fold. Next, let's bring that right leg in for a hug before twisting open. Moving the elbow on the outside of the right leg. With your hand behind you on the floor, gaze over your shoulder. Before bending forward, reaching for your left foot. Before coming into Mariachasana, reaching forward, bending and reaching in front of your right leg. Before finding your left hand behind you, see if you can reach and clasp. Bend and fold forward. And hold. Release your grasp Extend your legs. Give yourself a little wiggle there. And come forward into Paschimottanasana. Stretch of the western side. You should feel this all along the back side. Let's glue those seams of your legs together. Keep those feet flexed. Before we bring that left knee in for a little hug. Before twisting open on the left-hand side. Again, bringing the elbow either on the inside or ideally on the outside of the knee. Using it to twist against the hand behind you. Gaze over the shoulder. Remembering to breathe here. Inhale for length, exhale to twist. Inhale for length, exhale to twist. And on your final exhale, release your twist. And fold forward over your extended leg. Before releasing your left arm in front of your bent knee and trying to find your hand behind you with your right hand. Your hands are looking for each other behind your back. See if you can do it. I bet you can. And come into Maryatasana on the left side. Folding forward if you're able to find those hands. Even if you're not, just giving yourself a nice hug, opening up that shoulder and chest, opening up your heart. Leaning forward before releasing the bind, releasing your leg, and coming forward into the stretch of the western side again. Gluing those legs together. See if you can release the backs of the knees into your mat. We're not trying to reach our head to our feet, more our chest to our thighs. Just really letting go here before slowly rolling and releasing your body all the way down to the earth, to your mat. Stretching arms overhead. Bringing your arms, your hands to clasp beneath you. Feet on the floor, underneath your tush. Coming up into a supported bridge. This is really more of a pigeon pose. We're not lifting our hips to the sky, rather opening our chest. So this is a heart opener here. Keeping your hands clasped or hands flat on the ground. Remember, we're opening our chest. A deep breath. Oh, puff your chest like a pigeon to the sky. Releasing yourself back down to the mat. Release your feet to the sky, grabbing the bottom of your feet or your big toe in a yogic block. Let's happy baby. Press the back of your head and the small of your back, bottom of your tush into the floor here. Really open up those hips. Wiggle a little bit. Find a little bit of freedom of movement here. Release and breathe. Releasing your feet all together. Letting them come together over your head for plow. And finally back down for spinal twist. On either the left or the right, it doesn't matter. As we come into our final rest now. As our breathing starts to return to normal, let your leg bend, so fold over to one side, arms opening like a T. As your head looks in the opposite direction of your bent knee, knees come in, give yourself a little hug, and switch sides. Maybe your hand rests on your hip to encourage your twist. Let your eyes close here. So take your final rest, relax. Let's draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself one more hug. We're coming finally into corpse pose. Relax and let everything come to be still. Let your mouth fall open. Let your brow become unfurrowed. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. As you rest and go into the next part of your day, the light in my heart bows to the light in yours. Namaste.